Hi everyone, for tonight's Nightcap and review. I'm having water and my voice is getting better. It's not 100%, but I promise it still does not hurt to talk. Tonight we'll be discussing Uncultured by Daniella Mastyanek Young. This is my nonfiction audiobook and I got it through Libby, and of course I'm always giving my honest opinion. I gave this 4 stars, so what's it about? Now, because this is a nonfiction, I don't want to misrepresent what this book's about, so I'll be reading the synopsis straight from the Zahn. Behind the tall, foreboding gates of the commune in Brazil, Daniella Mastyanek Young was raised in the religious cult the Children of God, also known as the Family, as the daughter of high-ranking members. Her great-grandmother donated land for one of the family's first communes in Texas. Her mother, at 13, was forced to marry the leader and serve as his secretary for many years. Beholden to the family's strict rules, Daniella suffers physical, emotional, and SA, masked as godly discipline and divine love, and is forbidden from getting a traditional education. At 15, fed up with the family and determined to build a better and freer life for herself, Daniella escapes to Texas. There she bravely enrolls herself in high school and excels, later graduating as valedictorian of her college class, then electing to join the military to begin a career as an intelligence officer where she believes she will finally belong. But she soon learns that her new world, surrounded by men on the sands of Afghanistan, look remarkably similar to the one she desperately tried to leave behind. Told in a beautiful, propulsive voice and with clear-eyed honesty, Uncultured explores the dangers unleashed when harmful group mentality goes unrecognized and is emblematic of the many ways women have to contort themselves to survive. So what are my thoughts? Again, I'm giving this 4 stars. Now, I will admit I do like to watch the occasional documentary on cults. I do find them very interesting. But something with documentaries and survivors coming on is that they have a limited scope of answering questions and giving what happened to them, as well as their feelings on the matter, because the shows are edited. So when I found out the author of this book was a survivor of the Children of God cult, I was very interested, and that's why I wanted to give this book a try. Now, I will admit, reading this book, or listening to it, because I did listen to it on audiobook, was so heartbreaking at times. Just everything that had happened to her growing up in the Children of God, with the corporal punishments, the near starvation at times, let's be honest, and then, like, of course, the grooming, the SAing, the raping that started as a child. Just all of that was so heartbreaking to listen to her, and the courage she had to finally leave something that, yes, was horrible, but what she knew with her family that she knew, and to basically start over in a country she'd barely been to, is just so, I can't think of anything more to say than courageous, and to excel where she was able to, even while she didn't necessarily have those bonds in place to make her feel like she belonged, was just, the perseverance is just something to be applauded. But then to find out that the cycle just seems to keep repeating in her life, where a lot of the traumas that she went through as a child just kept continuing to happen to her over and over, and eventually even bled into or happened to her like in the service, in the military, was just heartbreaking. That's all I can say. I just feel for her and what she's been through, but she, again, just kept doing what she's always done and just persevered and just pushed through it and soldiered on, honestly. And then, of course, I mean, we've all talked about how there can be a hive mindset when it comes to military and some of the members and their mind, just the group think, that's the word I'm thinking of, the group think, and not necessarily wanting to push outside the bonds. I mean, that's the military. You're meant to act as a unit, as a one person, one mind kind of mentality. So I get that, but then to listen to her describe the overlaps between growing up in a cult and the military were just very eye-opening to listen to. Again, this book was very heartbreaking at times, but just a courageous woman's journey that I appreciated and very much enjoyed listening to. It is currently available. I believe she's also on TikTok, so you can even purchase a copy from her on her TikTok shop and get a signed version, I believe. I'll tag her below or list her handle, because that's how I found her originally, so that you could support her in that endeavor. She also makes some very interesting videos, as well as to some of the other aspects she sees in our current political sphere and cults. So it is definitely very interesting. Again, this book is currently available. I gave it 4 stars and I enjoyed it, and I hope everyone has a good night and happy readings.